Yo, Facebook, we need to talk about this picture. We need to talk about this meme. This right here. Every time somebody posts this meme, you post a disclaimer on it saying that this has bad information and it says this is wrong or partly wrong because masks have been proven to be effective at stopping disease. Okay, Facebook, shit for brains, little pussy shit technocrat Facebook, listen up, you little cunt, because here it is. This meme doesn't deny that masks can help stop spreading germs. It's not even talking about masks stopping to spread germs. This meme right here is talking about the mental effect and the psychological effect and how that can lead to socio-political and cultural effects of what happens whenever people wear masks for too long under the wrong circumstances. There's nothing wrong with people wearing masks for a good reason, but in this context, it can be used by tyrannical, vicious weirdos who want people to lose empathy for each other and dehumanize each other. Okay, Facebook? And here's the reason why I think you're a little shit for brains for doing this, Facebook. You keep posting that thing, partial misinformation or bad post, and it's like, you're just putting that up there so that people don't read it because you're accusing them of saying something they never said. You're putting words in their mouth so that people won't look at it, so that whenever it shows up on Facebook, it's immediately covered and then they can't see it. So your fact checkers aren't even checking facts. And here's how I know it. You're very afraid of this photograph because it reveals what might be underneath the layers. Because this photograph, this meme, it's not about whether wearing the mask is a good idea or not for employees at a job, or whether it's about stopping the spread of germs. That's not what it's talking about. Because the thing is that the pandemic could die down or not be that big, and you could be using that as an excuse just to keep us to wear masks as a part to dehumanize us. I'm not so much after what, I'm after why. And the thing is, I've taken this meme and I've shared it several times, and it immediately gets hit by the fact checkers. And then whenever I download the picture on my computer and then re-upload it, it immediately gets hit with that. Usually, whenever there's something that's less controversial, you share it and it takes a while for the fact checkers to get it. Or if you download it and then upload it, that it takes them a while to notice it. You already are so scared of this picture that you have it to where the system immediately recognizes the photograph before it even looks at it. That's some sneaky shit. And it really makes me think that Facebook is part of this agenda to just wipe us all out, to kill us all. No, it's not that Facebook is the Illuminati for whatever dumbass is in the comments section that hasn't had their third eye just barely cracked. It's about the fact of what Facebook is doing. And I know what some people are going to say. They're going to put words in my mouth. They're going to falsely accuse me. They're going to try to make me to be either some kind of left-wing hippie or some kind of right-wing Nazi, or a homeschooled theocrat, or whatever they can find. If they can find one thing that you have in common with an extremist, aside from the fact that your poop is brown, they're going to try and tie it to it so that people won't listen to you, so that people won't hear you out. These people on Facebook are so afraid of the truth, because people like me, I'm not even protesting people wearing masks. I'm telling people, keep it in the back of your head. I'm not the separatist trying to overthrow Palpatine because I'm a separatist. I'm part of the Jedi Council, loyal to the Republic, who realizes that Palpatine is cheating to keep his emergency powers, and I haven't even gone and confronted him yet. I'm calling it out. But nobody wants to listen because I know what this is. A lot of people are going along with what could be a new dystopia because you're so fed up with the old dystopia, with the whole corporations and, feudalism and basically personified by Donald Trump, that you're going to embrace anything as long as it's fucking soft-spoken and humane. As long as it's soft-spoken and humane and sterile and go and coos over you like a mother over their baby and makes you feel good about yourself and, I love you because you're gay. Well, I love you, and it's not because you're straight or gay. It's because I'm trying to be a good neighbor. I used to be religious, and we were against gays, and now I'm deciding, you know what, that's wrong, and that even if you have something that I disagree with, I should love you as my neighbor anyway. They don't love you. They're pretending to love you by patronizing you and telling you what you want to hear. Me, I actually had to work for being able to love people who are different from me because I was raised in a very religious and conservative household, and then I had to learn to let that go and unlearn certain control mechanisms from society. So whenever I actually do love people, even though it's not always nice, it should be nicer, of course, because I should show you that I love you, but it's not always nice, but I've actually had to work for it. These people are playing you because they're playing to your ego, and we've all fallen for it. But the thing is that you need to pay attention to what they're doing, because there's a problem, here's your reaction, and there's a solution. And you're used to it maybe being the right wing using Muslims and communists to come up with a fascist solution. But now I'm kind of saying it's a little bit the other way around. Not so much with Muslims and not even with communists, because they're all victims in it too, but kind of like a globalist technocrat thing. We're just under new management. And they tend to be more politically correct, and maybe they're even giving some people who are being oppressed in the old system a break. And that's good. But the thing is that you might not appreciate where this is going. Please, for God's sakes, pay attention. Just because we need to wash ourselves of the old stupidity and tyranny doesn't mean we need to embrace the new. So please, for God's sakes, pay attention to this sneaky stuff that things like Facebook are doing. Stop having blind faith in Fauci. Some of you people who fancy yourselves liberals are like really theocratic religious nut jobs for Dr. Fauci. You're very unscientific. You have a lot of blind faith in a charismatic leader, and this guy could be a soft-spoken, gentle Hitler, but as long as he's a scientist and liberal and left-wing and not that religious and doesn't talk like Donald Trump, he's okay. Well, you've got what's wrong with the people who are Trump supporters, who blindly worship Trump, even when he does bad stuff, not just according to the left, not just according to the center, but according to their own shit. But you don't want to see that because now you're getting your turn. You want to be the bullies. You want to be the privileged middle class of the empire. You want to be in charge, and you want to have your turn where you feel good about yourself. And the next tyrant might help you out 10% by taking away 30% from everybody else. So he'll make things 10% better for you by making things 30% worse for everybody else. But you want to do it to feel good. And you're so convinced, you're so self-righteous that it's like, we are this, we're in this together. No, you're not. No, you're not. I understand that you have your problems with right-wingers and certain white people, but you can be very vicious towards conspiracy theorists. And quite frankly, how do I know that you won't just have concentration camps and that your concentration camps just have pictures of Steven Universe on the inside of the walls of a gas chamber? Wake the fuck up, people.